To celebrate the king's birthday, the Prime Minister of Bhutan asks the country to each either plant a tree or adopt a stray dog.
This post received a score of 37,286, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Spay and neuter. This will help their problem. Planting trees is also a good idea.
Bhutan's constitution requires a minimum of 60% of its land must be forested at all times, currently it's at 72%. It's one of the few carbon-negative countries that absorbs more CO2 than it emits. It's also indexed as the happiest nation in Asia despite being one of the poorest ones.
The happiness index there is meant to help you ignore the ethnic cleansing.
Damn, thank you for making me look that up, I never would have known.
I took a look at Bhutan's Wikipedia page, which also tries its best to put off acknowledging the ethnic cleansing as far down the page as possible. I'm sure if you look at the history of the edits of Bhutan's page, there's probably some juicy stuff.
There's some general weirdness around the Bhutanese Wikipedia pages.
Can you elaborate?
Does the Bhutanese passport wiki count? So sad when they disabled this, but some hero uploaded to YouTube, never forget.
That was so creepy. Thanks for the nightmares.
I'd do both if I was responsible enough.
I'd fuck it up by planting a stray dog and adopting a tree. So you're admitting to disrespecting both the PM and King of Bhutan, foreigner?
2 dogs and 2 trees as penance.
The backwards way or correctly?
Adopt a tree sounds okay also. I don't know about planting a dog.
Just adopt the dog and have it water someone's tree.
Am I wrong, or is this basically propaganda for the outside world?
Also yes.
Such a cool country. Except when it came to their residents. A good portion, mostly those of Nepali origin who had been living there for generations, were driven out, creating hundreds of thousands of migrants to the neighboring countries and the US.
Suffer our experiment.
God, that country has some weirdly wholesome moments.
Yeah, my favorite wholesome moment was when in the 90s they forced 1/5 of the population to leave the country because they were ethnic minorities.
I worked with the Nepali refugees. Almost 20 years later and they were still living without electricity, running water. Their treatment was Nepal's failure, but their deportation was Bhutan's.
Lol, at that being Nepal's failure? Nepal is a third-world landlocked country between 2 then polar opposite superpowers. Forget the refugee who came decades ago, Nepal today does not have drinking water in its capital city. You can only help others so much if you can barely fulfill basic essentials for yourself. Do you know how those refugees ended up in Nepal? Then Bhutan didn't have enough power to dump unwilling residents in a country it does not share border with.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.